Brothers, I have something very special to show you. This may be the Hasan crash out to end all Hasan crash outs. And it's brought to us today by Asmongold because Asmongold reacted to a moment of Hasan being humiliated and Hasan's ego couldn't take it. So I want to give you a little bit of backstory. Hasan is traveling internationally, and there was somebody who approached Hasan and said, "Hey man, I'd like a photo with you." And Hasan, being the narcissist that he is, said, "Oh, sure." The guy was holding a red, a red notepad. Well, when they go to take the photo, the guy reveals that there was something behind the notepad, which was a printed out meme. And the printed out meme was Hasan dressed as Raiden, shocking Kaya. And the video went viral. And Asmongold reacted to it. And so Hasan was not only humiliated on one level where it went viral, but then it went viral again through Asmongold. And Hasan was not pleased with this. Hasan was not happy. Hasan was furious. And so we begin our story with Hasan Piker going on an 8-minute and 44-second rant about Asmongold, about his community, about the community of the internet at large. You are not prepared for some of the things that Hasan is about to say. He compares his situation that happened to what happened to Emaru. Yeah, I'm not kidding. He thinks that Asmongold is hypocritical because he condemned the guy that sexually assaulted Emaru at TwitchCon, but then laughed about what happened to Hasan here. That's right, Hasan believes in his tiny, inbred, pea-sized brain that this is the equivalent of Emaru being sexually assaulted at TwitchCon, of a guy coming up and trying to force himself on Emaru. He thinks these two situations are the same. And so he calls Asmongold and Asmongold's community hypocrites for not treating it the same. He then goes on to compare his situation to when streamers get swatted. Yes, when I said that you were not prepared for this level of commentary, I wasn't kidding. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I present to you the Hasan crash out of 2025 to end all Hasan crash outs. Are you ready? Let's go.
Like, oh my god, this might be clip of the year.
Clip of the year. I think this could be it.
No, I think this is the clip of the year, chat. It's so based. God damn it, dude. You're such a fucking loser. Oh my god. Oh my god. This might be clip of the year, chat. Yeah. Yeah. It's based. Yeah. Take a shower. Take a fucking shower. Go outside. See the fucking daylight for once in your goddamn life. Oh my lord. Pick up a weight. Lift some weights. Stop drinking Dr. Pepper. And I say this as someone who loves drinking Dr. Pepper. Go outside. Enjoy life. Why do these people do this? Yeah, he says that while this happened to Emaru. That's the other side of it. Yeah. He'll do fucking 8 hours.
I just want to emphasize that for a second. We're going to go back just a little bit, and I want you to really listen to what he said there. I really want you to listen to what he said.
Loves drinking Dr. Pepper. Go outside. Enjoy life. Why do these people do this? Yeah, he says that while this happened to Emaru. That's the other side of it.
While this happened to Emaru, he actually compared what happened here, which is somebody humiliating him with a picture, to what happened to Emaru. The ego on this guy Emaru had somebody that violated Twitch security on multiple levels. He walked up to her and wanted to sexually assault her. Hasan thinks that is the equivalent of an unflattering photo where a guy pulls out a picture from behind a notebook and just felts Hasan, humiliates him, and then walks away. Hasan thinks that the situation with Emaru and his situation are the same. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. He'll do fucking 8 hours talking about how it's fucked up that this, weird stalker ass people show up and harass Emaru. But then he fucking masturbates with his.
It wasn't just harassment. And Hasan, you weren't harassed. He asked you for a photo. You said yes. He then pulled the picture out in front of the notebook. There was that couple seconds of making sure it was on camera. And then he said, "Free Kaya." And then he left. There's no harassment. You got humiliated. He didn't follow you. He didn't stalk you. He didn't say anything else to you. He used you as the locale that you are, and you didn't like that. But you're comparing it to somebody that actually tried to force himself on Emaru. What a shameless, pathetic, narcissistic freak you are.
Stupid ass, incel ass audience when it happens to someone he doesn't like. It's called hypocrisy. Okay? I know a lot of people love talking about hypocrisy. That's hypocrisy. This is precisely what I was talking about when I said these guys literally egg on their fan bases so that they can get one socially maladjusted loser from their fucking fan bases to finally take the step and go outside in person. And then they egg that shit on. Back in the day, swatting, for example, or this kind of behavior was frowned upon.
Yes, you heard that correctly. Swatting or this type of behavior. Again, we're going to show this picture one more time because it makes us all mad. Hasan has now compared this single photograph, this image, this moment in time of a guy asking for a picture and then revealing that it's a meme. He's compared it to Emaru getting sexually assaulted, and now he's compared it to swatting. Yeah.
In the entire community, people would never actually highlight it or promote it. That time is gone now, okay? Is no holds fucking barred. It's so crazy. Yeah. Yeah, based. Next time you should have a gun. Yeah. Also, that unwashed pussy has been running away from having a fucking conversation with me for the past 2 years almost at this point. So think about that. Think about how fucking cowardly you have to be.
He had a conversation with you. As it was about the stuff with Palestine. When he correctly said that Palestinians have an inferior culture to ours. But you are a bad faith actor. You are a serial liar. You are a manipulator. You are not entitled to Asmongold's time or his platform. And the fact is, you would just lie. By the way, you and your orbiters have accused Asmongold of some pretty terrible things, including some of your orbiters accusing Asmongold of killing his mom. Now, I don't know if you personally have accused Asmongold of killing his mom, though it wouldn't surprise me, considering that you are a crass, disgusting, subhuman homunculus. But what you have said is that Asmongold is a pedophile. That he probably has, like, terabytes of lolly porn on his lolly pedophile porn on his hard drive. You have said that before. You have made disparaging remarks about Asmongold all the time. Why do you think you are entitled, other than you being a raging narcissist? Why do you think you are entitled to his time or his platform? What conversation would he hope to have with you? Even somebody that is on your level of being left-wing, like Ethan Klein, despises you. What would Asmongold gain by having a dialogue with a terrorist supporter, with an inbred, narcissistic, bad faith freak that is a serial liar? What benefit would there be? You and your fringe audience of mentally ill weirdos should be quarantined and isolated to the furthest bowels of the internet. Listen, you are worse than Nick Fuentes. You are worse than Destiny. You are one of the worst, most radical, extreme content creators that's on the internet. And you think because you get special treatment from Dan Clancy that that's not the case. But the truth is, you would be banned within weeks on YouTube. If you started becoming like a full-time YouTuber, if you started streaming there, yeah. When you threaten to, assassinate the president and stuff, yeah. Somebody's got to do it, guys. No, Hasan, you are a radical, violent, vile extremist. And people felt you because you, first of all, you're easy to make mad. You have a short fuse. I don't know if it's because of the inbreeding or your upbringing, whatever it is, your upbringing, your inbreeding, whatever it is. You're easy to make mad, and you're an idiot. You are a lolcow. You are a certified lolcow. You are an A5 Wagyu lolcow.
That you have to sit around in your little hug box and talk about how shit I am and how dangerous I am and how the government should actually take action against me. And then celebrate when finally someone comes up to me in public, even though you're scared shitless to fucking go outside on your own. And celebrate that sort of thing, but you can't even fucking deal with me in person. It's just stanky
who would
ass.
Want to deal with you in person? Why is Asmongold obligated to deal with you in person? No one wants to deal with you in person. The only people that want to deal with you in person are people that want to make fun of you. You're a joke. But see, the funniest part about this, for me personally, is the fact that your ego was so massive, you thought this guy actually wanted a photo with you. With you. You actually thought this guy wanted a picture with you. No, people despise you, Hasan, and rightfully so. You're too stupid to understand it. Why would Asmongold waste his time? Why would he lower himself to go onto your channel or have you on his? DSP has more credibility than you do, Hasan. Accept the reality of that. Accept the fact of that. Even somebody like DSP is more well-liked than you and more well-respected on the internet than you. That's the fucking reality. That's the world you live in, and you're too arrogant and too stupid to realize it.
Cowards. All of them. Fucking losers, man. Ugh. Hasan compares his sniper being to sexually assaulted. That's not what you mean. I can already tell this line of attack. Yeah.
Because it's literally what he said. He compared it to Emru being sexually assaulted to him being humiliated by a picture.
I know. But it's still hypocritical. This is what I mean when I say there are content creators who fucking egg this shit on, right? There are content creators who egg this shit on. That was not like a horrible situation at all. partially because I'm a big boy. I can handle myself, and I think I handled it fairly well. So much so that they had to literally mute a part of the fucking reaction where I was like, "Hey, man, have a good day," and we just moved on, right? But what do you think is going to happen next time when you are celebrating that sort of stuff? What if next time the guy actually doesn't just have like a Kaya photo, but
No, they're gonna have two Kaya photos. Son, I want you to keep this in mind. You're molding over Asmongold's reaction, and you're saying, well, what happens if you foment this stuff? Hassan, you foment violence. You encourage violence. You foment and encourage actual real world harm. You posted a makeshift shotgun, the one that was used to assassinate Shinzo Abe, and you tweeted it at a sitting senator of the United States. You have called for the assassination of Donald Trump by saying that somebody has to do it. Somebody has to take out Trump. Man, things would be so much better if he died. Hassan, you are a violent, radical, pro-terrorist extremist. And now, like most people that are, frankly, dictators, like you have these ruthless dictators. When they find themselves in a situation that they don't like, that they're made uncomfortable, then they turn into these big weeping babies. Oh God, I'm the victim, guys. What if next time? What if next time it's not a picture of Kaya? It'll be two pictures of Kaya. You're a lolcow. No one wants to hurt you, Hassan. I want to deport you, but also at the same time, I would also be willing to put you in jail, but have a camera in your cell so that people can tune in and watch you melt down about, being in prison. I wouldn't mind that if you stream from a prison cell. That would be pretty funny. But no, son, people don't want to hurt you. People want to laugh at you because you're a fucking joke. You're a lolcow through and through. No, you make people laugh. No, you don't mean to. It's just because you are a combination of things that are so ridiculous it's hard to believe that you're real. But nobody wants to hurt you. They just want to make fun of you. And you know what? Hassan, the Kaya thing, even YouTube changed the like. If you like that video from Gucci Marks, the shock, my dog. Yeah, that one that was, super, super popular. If you like that, the like button turns into like a dog paw for a second. Some people like to make fun of you. You're a lolcow. You're a clown. You're a circus clown. No one's going to hurt a clown. But they will throw a pie at you. Maybe not literally, but in this case, the pie came in the form of this. You got pied in the face here, and it was hilarious, and we all enjoyed it, and we all had a good laugh at your expense.
instead actually has a gun, has a knife, does something more fucked up? What if some people have already done something like this? What if some people have already stalked someone like myself, and maybe I haven't talked about it publicly?
Well, it sucks for you. You've cultivated an audience that encourages shit like that. In fact, you read a terrorist manifesto on stream, and they were spamming heart emojis. Yeah, nobody cares. You're not a victim, Hasan. You're not a victim. Yeah, nobody cares. You foment radical rhetoric, extremist rhetoric, on the daily. You don't think that I've gotten threats? Asmongold has certainly gotten threats. He's way bigger than me. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. It's not great, but it happens. But the fact is, Hasan, unlike Asmon, unlike me, unlike other people, you are actually a dangerous element. You should be in jail. You have broken the law. You have broken the law over and over and over again. And there's been no accountability. Asmongold hasn't, I haven't.
What if people have already stalked my physical location?
You also called Tectone rape tone. You said things about next Hasan, you lie about people. Not only do you lie, you accuse people of career-ending things. You accused Asmongold of being a pedophile, having that shit on his hard drive. Like, you accuse people of these things and then you want to play the victim. Hasan, you're not a victim. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And that's by your own doing. Now, I don't want anyone to hurt you because, frankly, it'd be a good loss of content, but you are a terrible, evil person. You are a genuinely awful, evil, irredeemable person. So I don't feel sympathy for you when somebody comes and does that.
And tried to assault me and people around me. Do you feel like it's a good thing that you keep celebrating this? I guess you'll make more content if the next time someone does, like, you know, something such as that, and they actually have a gun.
Hasan, you're going to be fine. You're just mad because the internet is making fun of you, and now you're trying to emotionally blackmail people, and it's not going to work because nobody cares. Nobody cares. Yeah. Hasan, do you remember when you were gleeful about the prospect of Donald Trump having died? Yeah, you went on stream and you talked about how it would be something that filled you with jubilation if Donald Trump died. If Donald Trump was assassinated or he died, you said that it would fill you with jubilation. But for some reason, you think that people would feel bad for you. You have celebrated and been gleeful about the death of other people. Now, to your credit, you didn't celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk, but I think that was more about you because you're a narcissist. You're like, oh shit, what if this happens to me? But when it comes to Trump, yeah, you've said pretty evil shit, haven't you? But you expect people to feel bad for you. You want to know the truth, son? If that didn't happen, I would come on stream and I'd say, guys, Hasan Piker has been taken out. I don't know. He choked on a sushi. You know, like Agent 47. Somebody switched the fish and gave him the puffer fish. It was Agent 47 that took him out. Yeah, most people wouldn't care. Most people wouldn't care, Hasan, because you yourself have encouraged and fostered an atmosphere of violence and animosity. You have been an evil presence on this earth. Now, what I would like for you is to come to terms with that, to realize what an evil, disgusting, despicable person you are, and make a change. That would be great. I don't think you will. I think you're too egotistical. I think you're too narcissistic and up your own ass. Sort of like, you know, Satan's sin was pride. I think your sin is pride. I think, you know, of course, greed, sloth. You got those two. Lust, envy. Envy's a big one for you. But you are the embodiment of the 7 deadly sins, Hasan. But if you died, no one would really care. Because you're an awful person. I hope that changes for you. I hope that perspective changes for you. I hope hearing that makes you reflect on things and realize that it's not the world, it's you.
Or a knife or something like that, and I experience bodily harm, you'll turn around and go, oh, how could this have happened? You don't know. You don't know. Just because I don't talk about every single thing that I do off camera doesn't mean that you should let go of your principles and entertain this.
Son, I remember at TwitchCon, there was a guy that made a joke and you got up in their face and threatened them physically. A guy that was much smaller than you. And you sought to intimidate and physically harm them. Because they made a joke about you. Now, you're an egotist, Hasan. You don't deserve any empathy or sympathy. You get none. Zero. You didn't have any empathy or sympathy when Ethan Klein had skulls sent to his house? You didn't have any empathy towards Asmongold when your orbiters were saying that he killed his mom? No, you didn't have any empathy or sympathy for Tectone when you called him a rapist. Which isn't true, and you know it's not true. You told Tectone that being a rapist was generational. Well, I guess being a terrorist supporter is generational too then, Hasan. By the way, son, how old was the girl that you visited in Germany at the brothel? Just curious.
Kind of thing. Anyway. Really fucking stupid. It is truly a stupid thing for someone like Asmongold to entertain this kind of stuff. It is. It's a very, very stupid thing for him to do. Because not only could something far more consequential happen to me after he has egged it on and cheered it on without saying, hey, I think it's really fucked up. If you're like a hater of a content creator, you probably shouldn't approach them in public like that. Instead of saying that, which would be the normal thing to do, you celebrate it. What happens when someone comes up to me and actually has an interest in engaging me with, you know,
you like how he's turning it into this thing. Well, what if somebody comes up and does physical harm? Hasan, you got humiliated. You got humiliated. The world is laughing at you. We're making fun of you, but nobody has harmed you. You're not physically harmed. You're fine. But you're doing this hypothetical what if in order to emotionally blackmail other people and hold them hostage. Son, it doesn't work. You're an evil person. It wouldn't work even if you weren't. You got humiliated. It happens. You got felted. And now you're doing this pity party. Like, guys, I'm just this neutral streamer that doesn't do any sort of divisive content. I'm just this poor innocent guy. Hasan, who do you think people have forgotten who you are in what, like a day? No. People are just celebrating this because it's funny. It's funny to watch you get humiliated because you're such an awful person.
Engaging me in a more physical way. What if that's already happened? What if that's already happened? Just because I haven't talked about it doesn't mean it hasn't happened. What if that's already happened? What if it happens to you? Content creators know that other content creators' addresses are fairly easy to find online, whether it be my address or whether it be Asmongold's address. Content creators also know that other content creators are constantly having to deal with this kind of stuff behind closed doors. There's a reason why content creators don't talk about this kind of stuff in order not to egg it on. What happens when this happens to you the next time you're going through a fucking drive-through at Wendy's? Someone took Tim Pool's beanie and he fucking talked about it as though it was an assassination for years on end. Guy fucking stalks me with malicious intent. It's not that big of a deal at the end of the day because, you know, I'm going to diffuse that situation because most people are not going to behave too crazy in the normal world, right? But like, there's a lot of effort that he put into this. Do you not think that this is not normal behavior? Do you think that this is behavior that should be celebrated? Are you that fucking stupid? There was a time and place when that kind of celebration would have been immediately banned. Okay. Like, I cannot believe it. I'm one of the biggest content creators on the platform. Asmongold's one of the biggest content creators on the platform. A stream sniper shows up. Asmongold celebrates it.
So now Hasan is calling for Asmongold to be banned because he laughed at Hasan being humiliated in public. The ego on this guy.
4 years ago, Twitch would have instantly banned Asmongold. Like, no questions. Anyone who does shit like that, they would get banned. If I
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. Son, you are. Oh, your crash out is better than it. This is Christmas. You mean to tell me that yesterday Casey Tron loses her lawsuit, and now today Hasan is felted on a level that breaks him to his core, and now he's calling for Asmongold to be banned?
If I did that, I would get banned. Incite violence, right?
Hasan, let me remind you, you inbred, homunculus, disgusting subhuman demon. You brandished a gun on stream and doxed people? Hasan, I'm gonna pull this up. Yeah, you
The jungle.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, you found his account?
Today, I will show you 3 ways you can use your smart.
Wait, this is the guy?
First thing we want to do is download the YouTube VPN app, which we can do through the first
Welcome
link in
to
the
the jungle,
description.
bro. Much love.
Fuck are you gonna do, bro? Write a petition? Let's do a crusade, he says.
I don't get it.
Let's do a fucking crusade, he said.
So keep in mind, it says this is a toy YouTube. It's not a toy. That was a real Glock, by the way. Someone lied about it being a toy. That was a gun that he brandished on stream to threaten this guy. By the way, this was not the guy. This was not the guy. He doxed the wrong person. By the way, he doxed the wrong person, threatened them. Eventually, he comes to terms with the fact that this is not the guy, and then finds somebody else who's also not the guy, and threatens them while waving his gun. This is the guy that's trying to emotionally blackmail you and make you feel bad for him. This is the violent, radical, pro-terrorist, inbred extremist. The guy whose uncle was arguing for bestiality. This is the guy that's trying to shame you and say, well, back 40 years ago, you'd be banned. Hasan, you should be banned. For that clip alone, you should be in jail. That was not a toy gun. You know it wasn't a toy gun. You lied about it because afterwards you felt humiliated. It's a common thing for you. You humiliate yourself. But Hasan, you brandished a gun on stream and threatened somebody. What are you going to do about it? Hasan, you are the creator and arbiter of all the things that happen to you that are bad. No one else, you.
I'm inciting violence. This is directly an incitement for more violence, and it's also directly incitement for more violence that will come back to you inevitably as well.
This was not an incitement to violence. This was a joke. It was a meme at your expense. Your ego was hurt. You are a narcissist that's lashing out. This is the biggest crash out of 2025. You deserve every bit of this and more. If people are coming to threaten you, you deserve that too. You've done it to other people. You have no duty of care over the things that you say. No one feels any sympathy for you. And I'll just be honest with you, Hasan. Nobody wants you to die. But if you did, nobody would care. You are an evil presence on this world. The world would be better off without you. I know that may be harsh to say, but it's true. And so you can continue doing the content you want. You can continue making the threats on stream to other people, calling people rapists, calling people all manner of despicable names, defaming them, saying Asmon's a pedophile. Which, the fact he didn't sue you over that is crazy to me. You know, that is defamation. But the fact is, Hasan, you are trying to emotionally blackmail people when you are one of the worst people on the internet.
It's a really, really, really shitty thing to do if you're a content creator. And it's also very short-sighted for you. What do you think they're going to do or say to you when you go outside? You got a lot more haters than I do, motherfucker. I don't
No, he does not.
give a shit about going outside. I'll go outside every goddamn day.
Asmon does not have more haters than you do.
You are terrified of going outside. You got more haters than I do.
And he's more famous than you, though.
Why the fuck do you think you can just lean into this shit on the internet?
Because it's funny. And no one is taking your emotional manipulation or blackmail seriously. Let's take a look at some of the comments from people lashing out about this. Oh, there we go. There it is. Yeah, Hasan posting this. What if next time the guy has a gun? Yeah. In a response to Tom Cotton, this is from Hasan Piker. Yeah, don't you just feel bad for Hasan? Don't you just feel terrible for him? Yeah, Hasan's... Oh, man. Asmongold. He's comparing Emaru being essayed at TwitchCon to him being trolled on the street. Yeah, that's right. That is the depth and breadth of Hasan's narcissism. Anyway, brothers, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate the fact that you all let me do this and get the shit on Hasan. He's one of the worst people I've ever seen. Thank you guys. God bless you. God be with you. And I'll see you next time.